That's not as a journalist, but as a fan, as somebody who learning the culture. And the Shaq and Kobe song is dope, man. Yeah. And you know, a lot of people was like, "Oh, sure, he's going to the Bucks." And the first thing everybody was talking about when you first was like, "Hey, you know, he's going with the Bucks," was Shaq and Kobe. Just in comparison, and
that's funny. I didn't even think about
that. They do like a little bit of injustice to, you know, to four of you guys, you, Kobe, Shaq, and Jan. Like it's always injustice to compare people, but you know, they were like, "Oh, look, we might get a glimpse of that." But
no, it's different. You know, I think. I never try to compare anything I'm a part of to like the legends of the game.
Yeah, because I think legends, bro.
The times are different. They did what they did, and you know, I think ultimately they kind of paved the way for us to kind of come into the game the way we have. But
100%,
it is a great pairing. You know what I mean? And I think you know, it takes time for things to develop and become what everybody wants to see it become on the first day. You know, they want it to be that right away. And I think with me and Giannis, it's like he's a strong-minded dude. I'm a strong-minded dude. He's played his career like it's been a certain way. My career has been a certain way. So I think it takes time for that to kind of like come together and for you to figure it out. But I think how great we could be together is still showing because we've been able to win so many games and throughout the process. You know what I mean?
The process. That's crazy. When you're going through the process, you keep winning.
Yeah, a lot of times you struggle through the process and then you hit your stride. But we've been able to kind of be in that learning process, coming together, communicating, all of these things and win, you know, just off of what we could do. So I think once it kind of clicks and completely clicks. That's what I'm saying. When it clicks completely and, you know, we start to really, really roll and, like, when that happens, that's when it's going to get bad.
By the way, you know, I was listening to the song and Shaq is on the song too.
Yeah.
So how did you get the verse? Did you get the verse, did you know, like, okay, I'm going to be in between or I'm going to, like, I
didn't know where I was going to be. I knew I was going to be on a Rick Ross song because he did a song on my album and all he wanted was for me to do a song to like do something with him. And you know, like he's mainstream big time artist. I'm an independent artist, you know, so I look at myself as the level of artist I am, not me as an athlete. So
there is a difference.
It's a difference. So
I see it with like even with the podcast, I see it with like all the other businesses as well. Like I kind of, you know, they look at you saying like, "Hey, why are you taking the backseat? Why are you're observing? You don't like really talking." Like, no, guys, I'm actually a rookie when it comes to this. You know, not a rookie, but you know what I mean. Like,
I know exactly what you mean. When you step into their world, you're gonna get your respect by going through the same process they had to go through to reach the level that they on. So for me, I ran into him. We did the song for my album, and he was just like, you know, I'll be in touch with you about something. So I knew it wasn't going to be some setup like laid out perfect. I knew it was just going to come when it came. And he hit me like, "Hey, I need you to do this. You know, this the song right here." He sent it to me. And the only thing I had to do was just deliver. You know, I had to be able to send the verse back. So when they sent it, I was actually in the studio. And I was working on some other stuff. I was working on my deluxe part of my album that I put out. And I just kind of paused it and I just did it right there. Like I did it right there and shot it back to him. And that was how it went.
Did he have any feedback? Did he say like, "Hey man, I like this"? Or
they was just telling me like, "Yeah, we got Shaq verse. Shaq verse was hard." And you know, I was like, "All right, I got to make sure I come correct because all of us gonna be on the same song. I can't have like some trash verse." So I just wanted to come correct, and I sent it back, and it ended up doing what it did.
Man, man, I'm happy it did, and I listened to it. Obviously, I like the one. That one, I like the one that you have Snoop Dogg on, Kobe.
Oh yeah.
I rock with that one. There's a lot of songs that I want to listen to as well. But okay, like, do you feel like when is the next show? Are you gonna ever have shows? Like, I know you've had shows, but like, when is your next show? Like,
I don't have a date right now, but a lot of my shows that I've done have been around something. Like I had some type of launch or some type of idea behind it. Like when I was about to drop my album, I did like a release party.
Yes.
And I just did a show. I just performed my whole album. right before I left.
Yes.
In Portland. But now that I got, 5 projects out, 5 full albums, I've developed like a strong fan base just support my music, because they can connect to it and like the normal side of, the message behind my music. And now that I kind of have established that, I want to get like a tour on, on the calendar and just hit the spots where, you can track where your music is most successful now. So, I would want to hit those spots where people really like, they listening. Because I think I would have a lot more support for my music if people was actually looking at it like an artist and not like, oh, Dame is rapping, Because when people listen, I have a lot of people to this day that's like, you actually like hard. You know what I mean? It's like, but that's how I know people don't listen because they've known I rap, but they just don't give it the time because they don't expect it to be what it is. And then when people do, they like, man, you actually rapping for real. So
they kind of, no, it's a fact. It kind of reminds me of like shoes, when you release shoes, and we had this saying, like, you just got to put it on just one time. And then you see like, oh, okay, I like these, no? Sure. So it's kind of the same similar situation.